Welcome in to the very final episode of the Short Player Profiles. I am your host, the Fantasy Football Joker, Jack Lusney. Make sure you are following me on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. And of course, make sure you sign up to fantasyfootballadviceforum.com. It is only $28 a year, only $2.99 a month. And if you use my exclusive code Joker420, you can go ahead and get yourself 10% off. Today on the very final edition, Z is for Zay Flowers, the rookie wide receiver for the Baltimore Ravens. And I'm very high on Zay Flowers. I've tried to take a lot of Zay Flowers, especially in best ball drafts, especially in instances where, and they're pretty rare, but for the most part, in instances where I have not gotten Mark Andrews to stack with Lamar Jackson. If I drafted Lamar Jackson, then I'm loving double tapping Zay Flowers. I understand that Rashad Bateman is the incumbent and will be coming back. I understand that Mark Andrews is the primary recipient of the target share in the Baltimore Ravens, even with the new offense that will be under new offensive coordinator Todd Monken. But based on everything that we're hearing through the offseason, through training camps, from the coaches, from Lamar himself, this offense is going to pass the ball more. And the reason that I really love Zay Flowers particularly is because he fits that mold of the type of what I call crawl wide receivers, where they run kind of those bump and go routes where it ends up being very horizontal across the field. And even though they're short routes, because they have a lot of burst and athleticism and agility, they're able to take those short passes and turn them into long gains, a la Tyreek Hill, who is obviously like the king of that. So I'm not saying that Zay Flowers is going to be Tyreek Hill by any stretch of the imagination, but I do believe that if they do pass the ball more, the offense is going to go through ultimately Mark Andrews 1, but then it's going to be between Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman. And I do think that they could easily both see 100 targets because, you know, I understand Odell Beckham is there. I get it. And, you know, I get it, Ravens fans and Odell Beckham truthers. But until I see really him contribute in a meaningful fashion and also stay healthy, yeah, I'm going to disregard. And, you know, he's going to be in more of an auxiliary piece that I'm sure will pop on occasion. But I think ultimately I'm going to go with the youngest, healthiest wide receiver, who I also believe that, you know, could end up with a more specified role as compared to Rashad Bateman, who is probably, I think, one would assume going to be working more on the outside. I think Zay Flowers, like I mentioned, if he's running those short inside routes and he's able to become kind of like the secondary PPR option behind Mark Andrews, that is where he's going to draw a lot of value. And we'll see how that works out through training camps and preseason where he's lining up. But I definitely think that by the end of the year, they drafted him to be one of the main pieces of their offense. And I believe that with Todd Monken in tow, that's exactly how they are going to use him. And so Zay Flowers, honestly, I think he might be my most drafted wide receiver except for Jordan Addison. Even above JSN for redraft. Let me be very clear, for redraft, because in Dynasty, I am a JSN truther. I believe he's the most talented, and long-term, he's the one that I would take. But for specifically redraft this year, I think Jordan Addison has the most clear path to being the best rookie wide receiver. But I think second to him would be Zay Flowers, who has an all-star quarterback and, you know, has an opportunity to grasp the second primary target share behind Mark Andrews. Thank you so much for sticking with me through the ABCs of fantasy football with these short player profiles. This will be on hiatus and exodus for probably a long time as we are getting really in the thick of things with Wildcard Wednesdays. We'll be doing the Friday Fun Day actual fantasy analysis shows every week. And of course, you can catch all my brand new fantasy wrestling promos, which I'm having a lot of fun with in terms of shorts. I'll just be popping those out willy-nilly basically as I write them and as I decide to do them. So thank you for joining me on this journey. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the video. Go through the whole playlist if you want. There's 26 of these. Go check them out. The best one, I guess, was Quentin Johnston because that one got over 200 views for some reason. So go check that out. And, of course, make sure that you sign up to fantasyfootballadviceforum.com. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of the support from the community. It's just been such like a great little journey for me starting this crazy little channel. And as always, I will catch you on the flip side.